All right, guys, welcome back. So in section one, we are going to be expanding on a topic that we introduced briefly earlier, which is seeking your question pattern. The overall purpose of chapter 3 is going to be to establish proof of concept. The way that we're going to do that is with 3 paid consultations, done for you solutions, group coaching, anything where we get paid for the knowledge in our brain for a couple of very important reasons, right? First, when you get your first customer, this magical thing happens in your mind where you're like, oh my gosh, okay, Kevin is right? All of the stuff he's saying, like I kind of believed it a little bit, but now I actually got paid. It's like a way of like really making it tangible for you when you get your first, person who believes in you enough to give you their hard-earned money for knowledge inside your brain, and then you kind of become accustomed to it, and then you say to yourself, okay, this is real. Now I can kind of go all in, and I would obviously say don't do that, but it's just human nature, right? Once you get paid for the first time and get your first customer, then it kind of validates it in your brain and you're willing to like fully commit. And so the point of this chapter is going to be to kind of shatter that hurdle and really give everyone the confidence that they need to kind of push full ahead. So again, an example of paid consultations, for Amazon would be reviewing or creating someone's paid PPC campaigns, right? Pay per click, making suggestions, updates, going in, doing it for them, right? A done for you solution for Amazon would be setting up someone's product listing, fully optimized with all their keywords and bullets and titles and everything the way that it should be from scratch so that they don't even have to touch it, right? To establish proof of concept, however, right, we're gonna need to understand our market even deeper. And we kind of introduce some of these ideas, but we want to expand on it and really make sure that everyone understands exactly what's going on. Because again, we can make educated guesses about what people want, but until you talk to people and really feel the pulse of your market, you're never really going to know for sure. So all the people that we've been adding on Facebook that are, active and relevant Facebook groups, like we discussed in the previous chapter, or, if you're using LinkedIn, similarly, or people who've opted into your cheat sheet, messaged you from YouTube, you want to ask everybody the same question, right? What is your number one question about Amazon or losing weight for, pregnant mothers or whatever your course topic is, right? And you could say, what's your number one question about Shopify, real estate, losing weight, talking to attractive women, whatever, right? Whatever your course topic is. What this does is a number of things. It helps you know exactly what free content on YouTube to create, what type of blog or what type of Facebook group posts, for YouTube specifically, you're going to want to rely heavily on what's already working and popular on YouTube specifically, because doing so is really going to increase your sample size. Because think about it like this. If you talk to 10 people, and 10 is like a lot in the real world because it takes time to find them and talk to them and whatever. If you talk to 10 people and they all say similar things, that's great, but that's probably unrealistic to happen, right? 3 people are going to say one thing, and then the other 7 people are going to say completely separate things. But YouTube has tens of thousands or millions or multiple millions of viewers, and it's going to show you what the market is most interested in, literally by the number of views on a specific video topic. So YouTube is like this massive majority opinion aggregator. Right, so you need to keep in mind that if you have a small sample size, you might get mixed signals, and so you always want to trust YouTube and Google data. Right, if there's contradictions between what people say to you in person and what you see has been proven on YouTube as being a popular topic, always trust YouTube and Google because their data is collected and aggregated at a much larger scale. So you want to be sure about the following. We introduced these ideas before, but we're going to, repetition is the key to habit. Habit is the key to success. And so are you providing a new opportunity, right? And are you marketing and angling your niche as a new opportunity? Are people irrationally passionate about it, right? Do they have their own vocab, like autoresponder is vocab for digital marketers, right? Are there forums, groups, podcasts, books, YouTube channels, live events? Are there any, number of those, or are there all of them for your particular topic? Like real estate, for example, obviously would have all of them. Are there pre-existing successful experts in the space, and are people willing and able to spend money to learn more about it? Remember, competition is a good thing. Right, and so those aggregated top answers are also going to guide you, when you're writing your sales bullets, when we actually go to create our sales funnel. And we're going to be sharing with you guys a completely fully built sales funnel that you just literally have to change the actual text for. It's going to be super, super easy, super beautiful for you guys when we get to that section in chapter 5. And remember, right, everything is sequential and connected. Once you know that 10 people all have a question on, how to find a profitable product on Amazon, then you better believe, right, your first bullet or on your sales page to say something like how to find home run profitable Amazon products every single time with our step-by-step blueprint, the product research black box, right? Whatever your niche is, people have questions about it. Trust me. And the majority of people have the same questions, and that's the beauty, right? And so if you know the answers to those majority questions, and you can alleviate people's worries before they even know they have them, right? Or before they've even asked you or reached out via message, if you can do that in your sales page, right? It's a very powerful sales tactic. It's called objection handling. Right? And when we get to the webinar section in bonus number 3, we're going to go much deeper into objection handling, because objection handling is one of the most powerful ways to make sales, right? Because if people are interested, but they all have the same concerns, and you can preemptively handle and shatter those worries and objections, then you're going to make 100 times more sales, right? And for example, the most common questions about getting started on Amazon, I learned by asking the market with free consultations for 10 people. I looked at Quora. I looked at what the most common questions were. I looked at blogs, what the most common topics are. I looked at, what the most common YouTube content was about. Because popularized content via blogs and books and YouTube, right? Those are essentially, whatever that content is about, that's essentially answering a question, right? And so understanding what the most common questions are about your niche is wildly valuable in every step of the way. So for example, a common question might be, how much does it take to get started on Amazon, right? And the objection handling sales copy might say, find out how we can start Amazon businesses for way less than anyone else. And hear a crazy brand new hack that made that number even lower than ever, right? And why there's only one strategy to get started on Amazon the right way. A common question, can I sell on Amazon from another country, right? Objection handling sales copy. Learn the secret to selling on Amazon from almost any country in the world. Learn the little known way to sell on Amazon from anywhere, regardless of which country you live in, right? Depending on which one it is. And the important thing about this is I wouldn't have known what questions people had if I hadn't have asked them, right? And trust me on this. What you assume people's questions are and what people's actual questions are can be wildly different. For example, when I was doing market research for Digital Course Secrets, for DCS, I found one of the most common questions and worries and concerns people had was what to name their course. And to you or me, that might seem very trivial, right? Like a very, very small piece of the puzzle, but it doesn't matter what I think, right? What matters is what the market is worried about, and it's my job as a course creator to understand those worries and objections, and then be able to preemptively help people kind of get over those hurdles so that they can join my program and then go on to create something really special. Never assume you know everything, right? When you assume, that is when you lose. When you assume you know nothing and you trust the data, right, that's when you win. And this is a process, right? So the struggle bus, get on with me real quick, and we can talk about, the question that how I phrase things, and how I ask things, right? Because sometimes you can learn everything you need to know and how to best serve your customers just by asking, what are you struggling with, right? And then looking for a pattern in the 3 most common answers. Sometimes people are struggling with the wrong thing though, and it's your job as the course creator to know when the causality is incorrectly rooted in a different issue. And let me give you an example of what I mean. If you're teaching a course on how to start a successful blog, right? Let's say the majority of the people you interviewed wanted to find out how they can get more traffic to their blog, right? The struggle is real, but the main culprit might be they just don't know how to market correctly. Right? Or more likely, they're not writing blog content on the correct subjects that get more organic traffic, right? Or have a higher chance of going viral. And you, as the course creator, need to decipher, the main questions that they're asking, and then give them the best strategies to actually achieve their desired goals, right? And this is going to make more sense as we practice and kind of elaborate more in future subjects. But becoming a master of understanding your customers and your students and your customer avatar's initial pain, and then using it as a driving force behind initial questions, obstacles, and obstacles is the key for smoothly validating your course idea. Right? Because when you understand people's initial pain and what their worries are and what their concerns are, and you can preemptively shatter and destroy those worries, right? With your sales copy, with your videos, the things that you talk about in your free content, you could say, and so what we're going to talk about today is, how much you need to get started on Amazon, and we're going to answer the age-old question, can I sell on Amazon from any country, right? So that's going to keep people interested. It's going to hook them in, and then if you can smash those worries and kind of answer those questions preemptively without having to have that one-on-one conversation, you're going to save time, you're going to get more course sales, and you're going to inevitably in the end, right, do what's most important, which is help the most people. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and let's get to the next.